Why was I just on the screen then and I shouldn't have been? Anyway, good evening, everybody. Welcome to episode 11 of Creakycast. The episode that nearly didn't happen because I couldn't get hold of Jutmonkthedrunk monkey. But he's here now, hopefully. So we'll see you in 2 seconds. Tidy. And here he is. Good evening, Mr. What do I call you? Do I call you Jut? Do I call you Jutmonk? Do I call you Jutmonkthedrunk monkey?
The monkey to you, pal.
The monkey.
Or Jutmonk.
Or Jutmonk, right. I'll probably end up calling you everything other than what I should be calling you, but I'm only speaking to you, aren't I? So
yeah, man.
You know,
yeah,
I can't possibly be addressing
to a monkey,
them.
have you?
I have. Because not too far from where I live, there is an actual monkey sanctuary.
And I'm an actual monkey, so what you say, pal?
You'd fit in perfectly then. I'll see if I can arrange your retirement there for you. It looks like a lovely place to live.
Oh, that'd be wonderful.
So who do we have in the side chat this evening? The usual suspects, no doubt. Glober Crisp. Glober Chris even. Good evening, sir. Kiri Mac. Walter. That's a name I haven't seen before. It's not Walter White, is it? No. Bug and Pop, good evening, channel member. Jose Vagila, I hope I haven't just butchered your name. Slim, could it be Slim Shady? Who knows? Mike Spicer, Phil Ko, Mrs. Mrs. Blinders, you're spying on us. You've got to be a well-behaved monkey when my wife is in the side chat.
Oh, trust me, pal, don't worry about that. All the wives love Sister Monkey.
Yeah.
Know? They swoon over me.
Everyone loves a monkey. Yeah, so like I say, it's just another episode of Creakycast, which I thought wasn't going to happen, but luckily I was able to make contact with this lovely monkey right at the last minute. So we'll try and keep it the way the Creakycast has been thus far, but obviously there's things going on in the world now that may be nice conversation starters, but we will refer to it as the Lager Lurgy. Not what it actually is, because I don't want to get demonetized again. Good evening, Team Skeptic. How the devil are you? Yes, I have passed you in subscribers. Thank you very much for noticing.
Have you? Well done, man.
I'm on nearly 24,500 now, so I'm very happy. For some reason, people seem to like listening to what I've got to say. Baffles me why, but they do nonetheless. But anyway, this is about Jutmonkthedrunk monkey, not the Creaky Blinder. So my extensive research, which I did while I was talking to you before we went live, tells me that you started your channel on March the 5th, 2019. Why did you start a channel? Why did you want to throw yourself into the arena that we lovingly call debunking?
Well, I think most of us started with Simon Dan. He was he popped my cherry into this globe-denying nonsense. And I was unemployed at the time, and I just thought, actually, I could do this. So I started with Eric Dubé.
Good point to start at. I got to be honest, right? I've always said exactly what you just said, that my inspiration for starting my channel was Simon Dan, and I've told the story a million times, so I'm not going to tell it again. But I was talking to one of my sons a couple of weeks ago, and he made me think of something. Now, I had started my channel, and I was playing around with different ideas. You mentioned earlier you saw the Jeremy Kyle video, and I did a few other bits and pieces like that. And I then came across Simon Dan through a Facebook group I'm a member of. And I thought, flat Earth, God, are there really people stupid enough to believe the Earth is flat? Clearly there are. I tell you what, I think I'll make a video about flat Earthers. I'll just make fun of them. I'm not a science guy, but I'm an expert at making fun of people. So I did that, and Nathan Thompson picked it up because the video was basically about him. So I suppose indirectly, Nathan Thompson has got nobody to blame but himself for me being here.
Yeah. No, I think a lot of people, so many people say Simon Dan, yeah. I mean, the same as you as well. I couldn't believe it. When one of his videos popped up and I see Flat Earth, and I was like, oh, this is a joke.
Yeah.
No, And I watched the video. I was like, really? So then I looked at his channel, and I literally started watching all his videos. I could not believe it.
Yeah, I know. Because I had I knew there were people who believed the Earth was flat. I had heard of it, but not to the sort of level that I understand it now. Well, I say understand very loosely, because I don't understand it at all. I just can't believe there are people that stupid that are functioning adults. It really does baffle me.
I know. And not when it is, it's so easy just to prove it to yourself.
Yeah, exactly. But that being said, I suppose it's very easy to believe in something as ridiculous as flat Earth when you just call bullshit on any piece of evidence that's presented to you, because that's all they do essentially, isn't it?
Yeah, basically, that is all they do. I mean, every single photograph, fake. Every video, every live stream, fake.
Yeah. And while we're on the subject of fake as well, did anybody see FTFE's debate with Nathan Thompson?
I have seen him.
When I say anybody, I obviously mean you, Jut.
No, I haven't seen him.
I tell you what, it's worth having a look at, right? Because Nathan Thompson is very, very obviously a huge fan of Kent Hovind, because he has now got the SpongeBob doll and the science hammer. I was watching it. I was
really
I swear on my life, I was absolutely weak. He has overdosed on Kent Hovind videos. He must have.
Oh my word!
I said something quite similar.
He's an absolute moron, isn't he? I mean,
he is.
He's
a
muppet.
Muppet. He is an absolute Muppet. I could literally make a video about Nathan Thompson every week, no problem at all.
Yeah.
Because he does trigger me. It's just his face is enough. He wouldn't even have to speak. I've only got to see him.
He triggers half the people he approaches as well when he's doing that stupid phrase, the thing they call, was it flat smacking?
Smacking. What does that even mean? Can you imagine? I don't know if you've got children, but can you imagine if he was to approach your child's school?
Well, yeah.
How
he hasn't him arrested? Wouldn't you, really?
How he hasn't been completely pummeled into the pavement so far? It just baffles me. I just don't understand why he can't see how inappropriate that is to harass young kids.
Exactly.
He's just a complete idiot.
He harasses. He harassed that NASA employee in that coffee shop, didn't he?
I know.
The guy. I did a video and it was never released because it was a collaboration and they didn't do their bit, so it was never done. But it was of him. There was these people in this beauty spot somewhere in America, and they're like looking out and all that. And he's just come along and he's like, "Yeah, they're lying to you." And he starts just like mouthing off to all these people that are just basically out in a nice day in a nice beauty spot, just trying to get on with a day,
and then you get that spanner approaching you and spouting his nonsense to you. That would definitely ruin your day, wouldn't it?
It wouldn't it? Well, yeah. I mean, if it approached me, he'd regret it. But, you sort of think like, and the thing is as well, people attack him back. They tell him you're an effing knobhead or whatever. Right, go at him, and he's got the audacity to stand there and just continue his bullshit. Yeah, they're lying to you, and it's like, that is actually getting boring.
Yeah, exactly. But that's the thing with him. He says, "Oh yeah, they're lying to you," but he can't tell you why.
No.
Can he? Like every other flat earther. But anyway, one thing that I love finding out of all the creators I speak to is where the channel name came from, and yours seems to be completely random.
My sister calls me Jutmonk, right? So, and I for years have called people a monkey. You're a monkey, you know what I mean?
Right.
It actually even got me into trouble once because I was in an office doing telesales and we had a black girl working and she was a bit gobby. She stood there and, "Oh, shut up, you fucking monkey."
Yeah.
And totally no racism meant. Luckily, my boss was my close friend because she looked at me and he went, "He's not being racist. That's not. Trust me, that not as he calls everybody a monkey."
Yeah.
So it was and I like a drink, so the drunk monkey. And of course, I am a monkey, so I wouldn't call myself Jutmonk the drunk parrot, would I?
No, because that would make nowhere near as much sense as calling yourself Jutmonk the drunk monkey. Yeah, that would just be really stupid.
Be dumb, I know.
So obviously, your channel isn't monetized, as you said earlier on, and you said you've really got no intention of making it monetized. So what is it about making videos on YouTube that keeps you doing it then, if it's not financial?
Well, as I said, I'm now, the Shills was the iNetwork. That is where I'm going to make money from. This, I do it purely because people that watch it and like to see it, and there's not many people out there that really rip into these idiots like me, so there you go.
The thing is, I think we've all got our own way of doing it, haven't we? And I think that's why we all see sort of varying sort of audience levels, because, when I first came across Dan, for a while, I kind of wished I knew more about science so that I could do it as well. And then I kind of had that sort of aha moment. Yeah. And thought, well, I can still do it, just minus the science, because I don't need to disprove anything, because anyone with half a brain can see that they're all complete morons anyway. So I can just have a bit of fun with it. And, well, people are enjoying it. So as long as people are enjoying it, I'll carry on making videos. So
exactly the same as you asked. People like the way I do it. Therefore, I don't plan to change that. Just to make money. If people like what I'm doing and the way I do it, so what?
Exactly, because I believe there's an audience for everybody on YouTube, and it doesn't really matter what you do. If you can get your content in front of the right people, then they're going to watch it.
Absolutely. Some people hate my foul mouth, but, fuck off.
That's the thing, see, that's what I mean about there's an audience for it doesn't matter what you're doing or what you're saying, there's gonna be, it's completely impossible that you will decide to make a particular type of content and then find not one single person that likes it. It's impossible.
Yeah, absolutely. The thing is, like, my channel didn't start out to just insult idiots.
No.
My channel, that, as I said, I did 42 videos debunking 200 proofs by Eric Dubé.
Oh, did you?
Yeah, I've got a whole 42. I'm the only one on YouTube to have actually done all of them as well. Loads of people have started and not finished. Yeah. So I'm quite proud of that. But it just kind of progressed, because it was some of it was so stupid, and I was just baffled sometimes. So I just started to get more and more brash, and it's just kind of like roller coaster. Then I started doing my rants, and that's where I just, they're very short videos, like from 1.5 minutes to 3 or 4 minutes, where I just rant about anything, a sunset or the International Space Station, anything that anyone can prove, that obviously proves we live on a globe. And then I just go mad and just insult them and rant at them. And people there seems to be a certain, like you said, there's an audience for everyone. So there's an audience for that. And the fact that I enjoy writing it and doing it, therefore, bosh.
Yeah. Oh, so you write for your videos, do you?
Not always. I do write certain things because there's certain things I want to say, and I put a lot of words together. I do have to write stuff down. Some of it I say off the cuff, but I found my content improved when I started writing.
So, I was the opposite of that. I've tried writing, and it just doesn't seem the same to me when I watch the video back. I can tell.
See, I don't actually write a script and read it. I just write bullet points.
Got you.
So I might just put, come on then, GD, and that would just be like, come on in, you bunch of backward-thinking globe, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So that's how I do. I don't actually write a script as such, but just, things I want to say, and then I say it however I say it.
Yeah.
Three or four takes, sometimes first takes, sometimes several takes, as you probably know,
Yeah.
pal.
Yeah. Sometimes you nail it. Sometimes it just comes out as complete tosh, doesn't it? It's,
yeah.
It's just the way it is, but people don't get to see the tosh. So what is it about flat earthers and conspiracy theorists that you think make them enough of a problem that people like you and I need to address it then?
I think with flat Earth, I don't think it really is a problem, to be honest. I mean, that for me is the comical side of what we do. It's the anti-vaxxers and stuff like that we can't deal with, you know.
Yeah, I've not made. I think I've only made maybe. Are you there, mate? Uh-oh, we've lost the monkey. Let's see if we can get him back.
Hello.
Ooh, we lost the monkey then. I don't know. I thought I was boring you or something.
Yeah, no. I just I've whacked out a double JD. Sorry. Do you know? I forgot where I was. Where was I?
You were saying the anti-vaxxers.
Oh yeah,
bother you in particular,
and the breatharians. You know, people like saying, you know, you've got breatharians on there, and you've maybe have a 13, 14-year-old daughter that's got an eating problem, and then she sees a video like that. You know, this stuff needs to be dealt with.
Absolutely.
Needs people like us to counter their bullshit.
Yeah.
But for me, flat Earth, at the end of the day, you know, they're wrong. Say what they like, they're wrong. And if any idiot wants to believe that, they're an idiot. So I don't care. For me, that's the jokes. That's the jokes.
So, are there any topics that you kind of would like to make a video about? But so what I mean is, if for example now, one of my subscribers sent me a link to a channel, and for the last couple of days I have literally watched nothing else. It's a guy called Isaac Butterfield, the Butts Man. He's an Australian guy, and it is so up my street. It's unbelievable. But he absolutely hates vegans. A huge percentage of the content on his channel is attacking vegans, but it's not just for the sake of it, because my daughter-in-law's sister is a vegan. One of my son's friends is a vegan. I don't care if somebody's a vegan, but you know, these extremist vegans that sort of are trying to ram it down other people's throats.
Trying to change the world into vegans.
Now that's what I don't like, and I'd love to make. I like I say, I did make one video about a guy called Joey Carb Strong. He's an extremist vegan activist. But when I come across a topic like that, I'm always mindful of the fact that I don't want to upset any of my subscribers. So I'm a little bit reluctant to make certain videos in case it upsets one of my gang. If that makes sense. Do you ever think like that? Or do you just think, oh, well, I'm going to make it anyway?
Yeah, I do think like that. Obviously, you know, I don't touch upon politics. Occasionally you have to touch upon religion in this game because it's used as proof of the earth being flat, whatnot. I'm always very respectful of that. You know, my nan was she's not dead yet. Is a very, very strict Christian. What I meant by is probably she can't go to church anymore because she's well. But so, and you know, I used to go to church with her. I've never believed in God. Never been convinced of it, even as a child. Just didn't make sense to me. But no, but I always respect, you know, religion, and So I mean, I do think about how I'm going to maybe address certain things. But you know, but for your vast idiots, I don't give a toss, to be honest.
Yeah, I know what you mean. But I can't help but consider the feelings of the people that watch me, and you know, I try to avoid upsetting anyone that chooses to support me, because you know, like I say, there's a number of topics I think would be funny to make videos about that I just resist making videos about.
Yeah. No,
I don't know. I don't know if that makes me a pussy, or you know, if I should just say what I want to say. But you know, I'm so grateful for the people that do support me. The last thing I want to do is alienate any of them and upset them because they misunderstood something that was meant as a joke.
Yeah. Yeah, I see, I know what you're saying. I mean, yeah, I do think about that, and I know occasionally I put a video out, and my those that watch me know my videos are quite hardcore.
Yeah,
and sometimes I can put a video up and I'll lose 3 or 4 subs, and it used to bother me. Now I don't give a fuck.
My subscriber count bobs up and down all the time. There was a feature on YouTube, but they've removed it now. If you went onto the like your YouTube studio and typed in subscribers, it would show you how many you'd lost.
Yeah.
And it disappeared before I hit 10,000, but I used to do it then, and I had gained like 16,000 subscribers, but I was still only on 9,500. So that gives you an idea of how many people come in and bugger off, because you can't please everyone all the time.
No, that's right. But also as well, I mean, the amount of people that have subbed me and said, I don't know what happened. I was subbed to you. And even that's happened to me. I've been subscribed to a channel, and then it's just popped up in my feed, and I'm like, oh yeah, I've seen anything from them for a while. Clicked on it, and I looked, and it's like I'm not subscribed to them. So YouTube, for some reason, does that.
That's happened to me many times. I get people commenting pretty much on every video, if I'm honest, saying, I've been subscribed to you for a long time, but for some reason this video didn't come up. I went looking to see if you'd done anything new, and I wasn't even subscribed. And there's people I know have been subscribed for a long, long time.
Yeah.
So it's a strange one. Do you get many negative comments?
Well, yeah, I mean, not too many really from the people that watch me. I've had a couple of trolls. I had one troll, I can't remember his name, that left probably in excess of like 500 to 600 comments over a few videos, one in particular. So I just made a couple of videos about him, and I was going to make a third, but he didn't come back. So I absolutely slaughtered him and got a couple of others to come in on the collab and done like basically 2 comment videos just on him.
Yeah. All right. So he was very active then.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I've seen him since. And the thing is, it was all the usual rubbish as well.
Yeah.
It's just easily debunked and just made him look stupid. So
yeah, that's the thing.
Sorry.
No, go on.
No, I was just saying, like, and it's like you're thinking, I don't have to write anything here. This guy's done it for me.
Yeah, but that's the thing. See, they all, on nearly every flat Earth video I make, somebody will comment asking me to join Nathan Oakley on his channel and debate him on the shape of the Earth.
Yeah.
It's like, what for? Nathan Oakley's a complete dick.
Absolutely.
I wouldn't waste my time. Why would anybody want to try and debate somebody who's just going to mute you as soon as you say the phrase, the Earth is not flat? It's completely pointless.
Yeah, I mean, Nathan Oakley's one of those I really don't like. And the fact that he's just a liar, I just put it out there, he's a liar. He thinks, he doesn't think the Earth's flat. He's just doing it for the money. When he said he woke up and thought, the Earth is flat, he just thought, that's a good way to make money out of stupid people.
Yeah, exactly.
He's a nasty piece of work, and he is the only person I made a video on where I actually used the C word. And I beeped it out.
Yeah, he's got that sort of face, hasn't he? He looks like a villain from a Hollywood film. Like the evil British villain in an American film. Yeah.
Do you know what I hate about him as well? I mean, and I've watched a few of his intros. When he's sat there before he goes live and he does his intro, and I just watch his like eyes and his face there. It's like he's putting like faces and he's just a horrible person. No wonder he failed as an actor. You'd want to see that on the screen unless you were shooting him in the face.
So I take it from that you're not a fan then.
Oh no, I think he's an absolute yeah.
Okay. So
I could go off there.
What do you think about people who say that we are causing more harm than we do good by shining a spotlight on flat earthers? Do you think there's any truth in that, or
that we're causing harm?
Yeah, because what I mean by that is we are sort of shining a spotlight on them, so giving them a platform that they otherwise wouldn't have. So, for example, when Simon Dan makes a video about Nathan Thompson, what's Nathan Thompson got about 20,000 subscribers, and Dan's got nearly 300,000. So that's potentially opening Nathan Thompson up to a much bigger audience. So some people seem to think that we are part of the problem. Do you think that's right or not?
It's really difficult to tell, but I think whether we did what we did, they would just continue to make videos.
Yeah.
I don't think they make videos because we make videos.
No.
I mean, I bet, I mean, we wouldn't be doing this without them, therefore they must have started this bullshit.
yeah, exactly. And if anything, you said they don't make videos because we do. It's probably vice versa. We make videos because they do.
Because they do, exactly.
Yeah. So it's the exact opposite of what some people seem to think. But, I often wonder, how many of those people are just a bit salty because they're either on the verge of being a flat earther, or they just have taken a dislike to me or what I say. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I do. I do know where you're coming from, but I mean, if someone's on the verge of becoming a flat earther, which I hate using that word because it fucking well isn't one. They're globe-denying idiots.
Yeah, exactly.
Now, I mean, if they're on the verge of just denying reality, then that's their problem. And if they want to make videos, they're going to meet the likes of me, you, and whoever else wants to do this.
So do you think, like you mentioned Nathan Oakley, and I know that there's, I always forget where it came from, but somebody said there's an instance of Nathan Oakley saying he doesn't care if the earth is shaped like a dick as long as people keep super chatting him and keep buying his merchandise. He'll say the earth is shaped like a knob. He doesn't care. So,
well,
that implies to me that, for one, he definitely doesn't believe the earth is flat. And why would he? Because it isn't. But it makes me think then, how many of them are actually really, really holding the belief that the earth is flat versus the number of them that just say they think the earth is flat because it's given them a big platform. For example, Mark Sargent, he's never going to say anything else, is he? Because he's making a buttload of money by saying it.
Absolutely. I mean, there was a video by a really good channel. He breaks people down with body language, and he's really smart,
Derek Van Schaik.
That's the one,
Yeah.
You watch him as well. He done Mark Sargent, didn't he? And done a great job. And I actually, I used to read books on body language myself. Yeah. So obviously I'm not to that level, but like when he's pointing it out and I'm looking at it, I'm thinking, I can see all that and sort of deceit and the fact that he doesn't truly believe what he's saying.
Yeah. No, I've watched that video. I know exactly which video you're talking about because it was a really, really good video. And what I took from that is that you can tell Mark Sargent is lying because his lips are moving.
Exactly. Yeah.
So every time he speaks, he's just completely insincere. He's just saying what he knows the flat earth believing crowd wants to hear. And it's kind of that's all it is. He does not believe the earth is flat. No.
And I don't think Oakley does. And I also, with Sleeping Warrior, now we've mentioned his name, he'll be in the chat in 5 minutes.
Yeah.
But with him, I can't even work this geezer out. I mean, I sometimes think he's having a laugh and a winding everyone up. Us and them.
Yeah. He's very articulate and he's got a law degree, hasn't he? So he's clearly not stupid. So not being stupid doesn't really lend itself well to being a flat earther, does it?
No, not at all.
So is he just trolling everybody?
That's what I reckon with him, definitely.
Yeah, it's a difficult one to call, that is.
He is. But Oakley, I mean, he's just in it for the money, of course. I haven't heard that he'd said that comment about the earth being shaped like a knob. But
I tell you who told me
it was surprise me.
Clear Cognition. Remember the guy that Fight the Flat Earth interviewed, the ex-Flat Earther?
Yeah, I know clear cognition.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he told me. And obviously, you know, there's a little... Yeah, he'd know because he was quite close friends with Nathan Oakley, wasn't he? But that being said, I suppose, you know, we all know what the flat earth community is like. As soon as somebody chooses to no longer be a flat earther, they all sort of gang up on them and attack them, don't they? So
that's it.
You know, maybe he's a little bit salty over that, but
I think even it was Jose, wasn't it? He was an ex.
That's right.
You know, and I think he said again. This is second-hand information, but I'd heard that apparently Nathan had told him the Earth's a globe. I don't believe in this bullshit.
Yeah.
So apparently that was what was said.
Yeah.
But like I said, I don't know for sure.
Yeah. The thing is, don't they realise that once something's on the internet, it's on the internet forever?
Absolutely.
You can't get rid of it because, for example, now this live stream, let's say something happened in this live stream and we both went into a mad panic and oh my God, we've got to delete that, we've got to get rid of that. We don't know if somebody's recording this live now.
Absolutely.
Somebody could download this the second I end the stream and it's too late then. It's, you know, so that you've got to be very careful what you say.
Yeah, of course. I've actually said this on even in a couple of my videos that, I mean, the legacy, you know, certainly the online legacy that these people are leaving behind is absolutely fucking embarrassing.
Yeah.
For them and their family, not me.
Yeah. That I was just going to say, can you imagine well, there we are, my video from last week about CC. Why the hell did he upload that to YouTube? Have you seen the one where his wife makes fun?
Yeah, I saw it.
What sort of idiot would allow that content to... If, for example, I was sitting in my room here now recording a video and I'd upset Mrs. Blinder and she burst in and screamed and shouted at me, I'm not going to bloody upload that then, am I?
Absolutely. Do you know, I went looking for that after I saw your video. I couldn't find it.
It was quite hard to find, actually. I actually took that from Simon Dan's video. I had to download the whole of Dan's video and cut those bits out because I couldn't find it either. So that's what I mean. Was it put up and then he instantly regretted it, but by which time it was far too late. But the internet is forever, sadly. Yeah, absolutely. And also as well, you know, even now with like, you know, people that want to employ you and that, they look at all this stuff. Of course they will. It's, you know, when we employ people in the vape shop, our application form asks for their social media links. And if they don't put their social media links, it just goes straight in the bin because that tells me straight away they've got something to hide.
Yeah.
And if they do provide their social media links and I look at them and I think this guy's a complete cock, then they don't get called in for an interview because you can tell a lot about somebody by the way they behave online.
Absolutely.
And whether it's right or wrong, it's a very, very good way of getting a much better idea because we all act in job interviews. You know, nobody is 100% themselves in a job interview. So the best way to get an idea of what somebody's like is by looking at their social media presence.
That's it. Yeah, you're bang on.
Yeah, because like I said, it's there forever. So what does this little monkey do when he's not making videos then?
He cuts hair.
Oh, what could you do for me?
Yeah, man. Oh, mate, I could polish that.
I tell you what, it's very smooth tonight. I had a quick haircut before I called you. Yeah. It's I think the beard is getting a bit. I'm starting to molt, so I don't know whether my face is going bald as well, but.
Well, I couldn't tell you that, but I have noticed sort of over the past year you've grown your beard a bit more. I mean, is that to compensate for what's not upstairs, or do you just sort of look like your head's on upside down?
It's kind of part of it actually, because if let's say for example, obviously I'm assuming that you don't look exactly like the picture you provided me to put on the screen for this conversation, but
no, I got an earring.
All right, well, fair enough. If you want to change your appearance, you just maybe have a new hairstyle or whatever. What's Creaky meant to do? I can't use a different brand of polish, can I? Nobody would notice. So if I fancy a change of my look, I either have to buy new glasses, which are £300 plus a pair, I ain't doing. Or I can grow my facial hair, or then shave it off, and then grow it again, and then shave bits of it off. So that's why the beard is present at the minute.
Fair play. I mean, I can't believe the beard's still here, to be honest. The beard came in about 5 or 6 years ago and never went away.
Yeah, I know. It's weird, isn't it? Because it looked when it came in 5 or 6 years ago, my beard was probably 3 times bigger than this, and then I just sort of cut it all off and went down to the old designer stubble. Yeah. And well, it's just made a comeback now, but.
You see, for me, it's really difficult, because, I mean, you can't see, if I grow a beard, it makes no fucking difference, because it's the same as the rest of my fur.
Yeah. Oh, people always notice when my beard disappears, honestly. And it's starting to get on my wick now, so I don't know whether it'll be disappearing soon. Plus, it may or may not be slightly strawberry blonde. Definitely not ginger.
No, definitely not.
Strawberry blonde.
Nobody's ginger, pal.
No, except for Ed Sheeran and Prince Harry. They are definitely ginger, but I haven't got a ginger beard. It's strawberry blonde with a nice white patch coming in at the front, which I quite like. If my whole beard went white, I'd probably keep it. But yeah. It's why are we talking about my beard in such depth? Anyway, back to your videos.
Yeah, are you gonna come round and have it done then, or what?
yeah. I actually well, it's not a funny story at all. It's probably a really boring story. But I was looking at barbering videos on YouTube because, and I came across a barber down in he's down in Bristol or Dorset, somewhere down that neck of the woods, and he was part of. Have you heard of Beard Brand?
Right.
And I nearly tried to book an appointment and drive for 4 hours just to get my beard trimmed, but I thought better of it.
Oh, just to get a beard? 4 hours?
Yeah, wow. Yeah, I know this.
I think I'm closer to you than that.
Oh, yeah?
Oh, no, actually, no, I'm a little bit further. I'm past Bristol. I'm not going to say where, but yeah. So,
yeah. You're not a million miles past it, are you, based on your accent?
No.
Yeah, I didn't think you were, because you sound like a cider muncher like Craig on Fight the Flat Earth.
I'm a cider drinker.
Exactly.
A barrel of
It must be absolutely horrendous to have such a strong accent that people can pick up on without even having a clue where you're from, though. I do have sympathy.
Mind you, I love the Welsh accent.
Yeah, I just wish I had one. I think it would make my videos funnier if I had a strange accent.
Oh yeah, because you haven't got an accent, have you?
No, obviously. So anyway, back to your videos. So how do you create a video? So you will watch a video on YouTube and think, right, I want to make a video about that. Where does it go from there? Hello? You still there?
Yeah, I'm here now.
Yeah, right, cool. Did you hear the question? No,
it cut off just before you finished the question. So you'll have to ask me again, pal.
Basically, you're on YouTube. You find a piece of content. You think, right, I want to make a video about that. What's your process like? How does it go from you seeing that video to becoming a video on your channel?
It's more the other way around. I decide what I'm going to make a video on, and then go looking for the videos. Right. So that's how I do it. I think I want to do something about this, although I've done quite a lot of videos where there is nobody else's video involved because I'm just trying to ram basics like a sunset down their throat. Therefore, you don't need anyone else's video. Just go, look, how the hell can the sun be cut in half by the ground you're fucking standing on, you moron? Yeah. If it's meant to be above your head, So. I try and do different things instead of just usual pick a video, debunk it. I sort of try and do stuff without even, as I say, using videos sometimes. So I've not really been brave, and I did, like I said, the video I did on Friday. Weird things Welsh people say. I sat down because I kind of do it both ways. Sometimes somebody will send me a video, or it'll just come up in my suggested. Mm-hmm. But other times then I do the same as you, and I think, right, I want to make a video about XYZ, and I'll go looking for it. But do you know, on Friday
sorry, on Thursday, my recording day, I was just there and I was like, I just, what the hell is that?
What?
I just don't want to make a video about flat Earth. So I thought, I'd seen this web page and it was kind of weird things Welsh people say. So I just made a video based around that. But I've not been brave enough to make any other videos that don't involve somebody else's video, because I think it will be really difficult to create a 10-minute video without having something else to refer to.
Yeah, see, with what the series what I call Flurf rants, they are literally that. So it is a rant, between like a minute and a half to 3-4 minutes. So yeah. I'm not trying with that. I was never trying to make 10-minute videos. It was more of a
just
ram a quick bit of basics down these dumbass throats and bosh.
Yeah. Yeah.
With a little bit of graphics to maybe, enhance my point, and that's it.
Yeah, see, with my videos, I always try to make them above 10 minutes, and everybody just assumes it's for the ad revenue, which it is. I'm not going to pretend it's not, but it's mainly because if my videos are too short, everybody moans that they're too short. So then you feel a certain amount of pressure then. Not pressure, but there's like, you feel obligated to make sure that the videos are sort of 12 to 15 minutes long, because that seems to be the sweet spot. That's what people like.
Yeah, that is, like you say, 12 to 15 minutes. So I always try and aim for that, apart from unless I'm doing something different.
Yeah.
Like the rants. I mean, like, you got 1 minute debunk, haven't you? I mean, this video is just a 1 minute debunk, as it says on the tin.
Yeah.
But like, I mean, I was chatting with him a little while back, and he was saying like, yeah, I mean, a great idea, but it's not very good for the analytics on YouTube to be doing that. So.
Yeah. But that being said, there's channels that, do exactly that. They're really short videos and they get millions and millions of views.
Yeah. I mean, I don't think the length matters. I mean, obviously it's the content, and sometimes something can just go viral and it's only 30 seconds.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, exactly. This is what goes back to what I said earlier about, I think there's an audience for everyone on YouTube, regardless of whether it's a 55-minute documentary style video or a 1 minute or 30-second rant.
Exactly. The thing with YouTube as well, it's massive now, isn't it? I mean, it's bigger than TV. Christ, yeah. So the thing is, like, especially if you're talking to kids and you say, I'm a YouTuber, they think you're a star.
Yeah. It's funny because I was watching something on TV I think it was on Friday night. The Last Leg, is it? I don't know if anybody else watches that. It's a weird Australian guy hosts it. And he said that, people that work in the TV industries have always made fun of YouTubers, saying that they're not real sort of celebrities. But he said it's the YouTubers that are having the last laugh, because they are now sort of
creating celebs.
The Last Leg is always filmed in front of a live studio audience. Same as Ant and Dec's Saturday Night Takeaway last night. There was no studio audience. So, he said that it's the the big YouTubers that are having the last laugh now. Yeah,
doesn't surprise me.
Yeah, but
I mean, with YouTube, it's one place to watch whatever you want.
yeah. So I saw a statistic today when I was potching about on YouTube when I was in work, and it was one of the YouTube owned channels, and they said they were talking about the lager lurgy and the fact that their video reviewers are having to work from home, so they can't keep up, blah blah blah. But they were saying there's 500 hours of video uploaded to YouTube every 60 seconds.
500 hours worldwide?
Yeah, on the platform as a whole. So every 1 minute there's 500 hours of content uploaded to YouTube. It's absolutely bizarre. Absolutely bizarre. How they must have a massive external hard drive.
Oh, I should imagine that it is warehouses and warehouses.
Yeah. I bet they definitely didn't get it from the Centre Island Lidl, that's for sure.
No, it's not.
Can you imagine? Either. Because all our videos are stored on a server, aren't they? So it just beggars belief. It's like it's something that would be very difficult to comprehend, wouldn't it? Just how much storage they've got. You know, what comes after a terabyte? I don't even know what comes after a terabyte. Any computer nerds in the audience? What comes after a terabyte? There's bound to be. There's always... I could say anything. Are there any plumbers? There'll be a plumber. Are there any electricians? There'll be an electrician.
That's it. It's good, though, because you do meet a lot of people doing this, and sometimes people are subscribed to you, and then you look at them, and it's like, they got videos. Oh, it's like into radio-controlled planes, or... Or, oh, he's a blacksmith, and he films himself making things, or, you know, it's great.
Yeah. Again, it reiterates the point I said about content for everybody. Exactly. And an audience to watch that content.
And I've got to ask you this: did you get your Gary Graham glass?
I did, and you know, I'm afraid to use it because I may or may not be ever so slightly clumsy, and I'd hate to break it because when somebody sends me something, it's so awesome. It's like, I know you can't see it now, but I've got my flat Earth clock on the wall behind me that Tiffany Hall made for me and sent to me, and cool. It's just an awesome community to be part of, and the kindness that gets shown to us is in one form or another is amazing. It is absolutely amazing, absolutely amazing. I couldn't ask to have become involved in a more friendly community.
Well, I'll tell you what I nearly done instead of this. I don't know if you've seen those pedo catchers that trap people online and then meet up and then film them and then they expose them. Yeah. I nearly did that. Yeah, I'm so glad I didn't do that. Yeah, because that would have been a horrible, stressful thing to do.
That's a very dodgy area, that is, because I know, I won't say any names, but I got an example of that backfiring when they got it wrong.
No, you have to get it right. You have to in everything you say, how you approach it. If you do it wrong, then it'll be thrown out of court. So you have to do it in the right way.
They got it wrong. And somebody I know was accused publicly on Facebook, and they got it completely wrong. It was the wrong person and everything.
No. But they got that part wrong.
They got it. It was the wrong person, everything.
No.
That was it.
It's terrible.
It's really bad.
Stick.
Yeah. Shit sticks, doesn't it?
Yeah, that'll stick. There'll still be people that'll probably troll him online, and
they do. They do.
Yeah.
But there we are. On to happier things. How is the Lagerlurgy treating you? Happier things. I'm obviously a barber, and I come into contact with a lot of people. I come into contact with someone with it. And as a result, I've been off work for just over a week now. So there you go. Oh, damn.
Not good.
Yeah.
But, I've now found out that people in my trade won't be working next week. How true that is, I haven't properly checked it out yet. But that's what my friend who I work with, his mother said. Barbers and hairdressers and like nail bars and that will be closing next week.
Yeah, it's from what I can understand, and I'm trying to follow it as closely as I can, obviously, because being a self-employed person, I've got a vested interest. But my business is a retail business, so I'm hoping that we won't be affected by it. We've gone very busy at the moment because everybody's coming in and going bananas and buying 20 times more than they usually would, which is great. But then today,
so they're panic buying that as well, are they?
Yeah, they are. Yeah, they are. But I know all the pubs in the area are closed now, and well, it's the same for all of us, isn't it? So is anybody else who's watching this now? There's 206 people watching. Is anybody else being directly affected by the Lagerlurgy? Yeah, it's a worrying time. It's a worrying time, and I definitely can't ever remember anything like this happening in my lifetime. And I'm quite old, so
Well, as we were saying before, I mean, we're similar age.
Yeah.
As we were saying before we came live, same. I remember foot and mouth, as I said to you.
Yeah, same here.
And I happened to be living in Denmark at the time.
Yeah.
And it wasn't over there, and I came to England, and when I went back to Denmark, it was literally 3 or 4 days later, there was an outbreak there, and of course all my mates were blaming me.
Yeah, well, yeah.
Obviously it wasn't.
The filthy
me, 'cause it was in a
monkey
different
brought
part.
it, yeah.
Yeah, because it was in a completely different part of Denmark. I said, look, I didn't pop over there first before I came home.
No,
So that was that. But and there's obviously the swine flu, the Tamiflu, the bird flu, McDonald's flu. There'll be monkey flu soon. Trust me, that's coming.
Yeah, you'll be screwed then.
No, I'm immune to it. It's you lot that are screwed.
Yeah.
But yeah, nothing like this. I don't remember anything on this level of, I mean, the schools as well now closed till September. Yeah.
Yeah, it's nuts now. My youngest son was due to be doing his GCSEs this year, and he's going to be directly affected by this now. So it's it's fortunate for him that he's done very well throughout the year, throughout the 2 years that they've been studying for GCSEs. So he's probably going to do all right, but he's missing out on doing the actual exams. And I know that the kids, because I've had the conversation with my son, the kids are worried that, let's say, he's 16 now. Let's say, for example, he goes to college, and then when he's 19 or 20, he leaves college and he goes out into the workplace to try and find a job. Our potential employer is going to look and say, "Oh, you're a Corona kid. So are we gonna, hold as much weight with your results as, the other guy who did his exams the year later?"
Very true, yeah.
Even the kids. I'll be honest with you, I didn't look at it that way either. But if the kids are thinking that way, then are they onto something? Maybe I don't know.
It's true, yeah. I never looked at it that way, and fair play for the kids to look at it that way, because it shows that they actually care as well.
Yeah, exactly, and that they're thinking ahead, which is important. Because I know when I was 16, my idea of thinking ahead was deciding whether I was going to have a doner kebab for tea tonight, or do you know what I mean? I didn't care about anything beyond what was happening in the next hour. So it is quite nice to hear them thinking that way. Old people as well. It's like my parents. Both my parents are well into their 70s. My dad's 75. My mother's 73. My dad's got COPD, so a chronic chest complaint, and my mother has just come out of a 5-year remission from bowel cancer. And I tried to make them stay in, and they just weren't listening. So I went to the house and I said, look, stay in, go out, it's entirely up to you. But if you're going to carry on going out with the knowledge that you're in the highest risk group, I need you to tell me which one of your bank accounts has got enough money in it to pay for 2 funerals, and I want you to give me the card now and the PIN number, and then you can go out and do whatever you please. Was that harsh? Maybe it was, but they haven't been out since, because I'm no spring chicken, neither are my parents, but I certainly don't want them to snuff it just yet.
Of course you don't, and that's a bit of the old call to be kind, isn't it? No,
yeah,
I don't
exactly.
think it is, because it's and it must be hard for it must be hard to accept you're getting old, full stop.
Yeah.
Let alone that this thing's come along and you are the ones that could not make it.
Yeah.
It must be really difficult to accept that. And I guess I'd probably be the same. I'd be a little bit ignorant, and now I'll be all right, So sometimes, you need a wake-up call, don't you? Regardless of your age, you need that.
Absolutely. Because it is concerning, as we both said, we're a similar age. Neither of us can remember anything even remotely close to the scale this is. So it's kind of, where are we heading? What's going to happen? We have no way of knowing, do we?
No, it's all new territory, isn't it? Yeah, for all
exactly,
of us.
Exactly. And it is kind of scary, and I don't mind saying that out loud. It's a real big worry.
Yeah, I mean, there's people close to me, and certainly someone very close to me. She's really, you know, it's really took a hold of her. It's really got to, because she's like a full-time carer, so but a personal carer, so she goes to people's houses and cares for them, and you know, for her it's a huge strain because, like, you know, she could lose practically half the people you know, that she's got to know and that she takes care of, and plus just, you know, the children trying to, like, you can't get things in the supermarkets now. It's, you know, it's gone a little bit crazy. I do blame the media for how
absolutely
crazy it's gone.
Yeah, Mr. Sensible has just said in the side chat, people should be worried, but they should not panic, and that is absolutely 100% spot on, because that's the problem. And again, it was my 16-year-old son that said this earlier on over dinner. If nobody panicked, the supermarkets wouldn't be empty. If everybody just bought what they normally bought and gave a little bit of consideration to other people, there'd be plenty for us all. I was working in the vape shop today, and a guy I know, I've known him for many, many years, and he owns a taxi firm, and he said they are really suffering at the moment. But he went to Tesco's this morning. Other supermarkets are available, obviously. And he said there is no beer left in any of the supermarkets locally to me. Because
I know
all the pissheads are just going out now and buying all the Stella because, you know, heaven forbid you can't get drunk while you're trying not to die from the lager lurgy. It's I don't get it. Especially the bog roll. Does everybody think they're going to shit themselves to death?
I know.
I don't see the connection.
I couldn't either. I was like, I mean, I actually got sent memes and jokes, like a video of some guy pulling up in a car, some bird. I'll just have a one. I have to pay you when my dole comes through. And he's like, it's 25 then. And then he hands her a bog roll. And this is before I even knew this was happening. And I was like, what's that?
Yeah, I know.
And
it's not.
A day or two later, it was like becoming apparent that that's, you know, and I was like, oh, now I get that joke from the other day.
Yeah. Let me just quickly address the 2 super chats that have come in. Audrey Rebdo, $5. Am I the first super chat today? Yes, Audrey, you are. Thank you very much indeed. And everybody's favourite veterinarian, Christopher Shapley, DVM CVA, 20 United States dollars. Hashtag monkey flu, hashtag what accent? Monkey flu. They'll be starting rumours. Oh, dear me. Right, back to my questions. I'm getting all flustered now.
It's because you've got a monkey in front of you, pal. It's a bit different,
I know.
Isn't it? Never interviewed a fucking monkey,
I've spoken to monkeys. As I said, we have a monkey sanctuary locally, but none of them have ever spoken back to me, and certainly I've not had a conversation of this length with a monkey.
It's not hard. I mean, it's not been easy to fucking learn to speak like this, you know, especially when you drink as much as I do. And I'm absolutely terrified that you lot out there are buying up all the alcohol. What the bloody hell am I going to do if I can't continue drinking?
Yeah, you'd have to change your channel name and everything.
Monkey.
Yeah, you'd have to be Jutmonk the Sober Monkey. It doesn't roll off the tongue as well, does it?
No, Jutmonk, I'm a really pissed off monkey because I want to get drunk monkey.
So, do any of the guys you work with or any of your sort of circle of friends know that you are Jutmonk the Drunk Monkey, or do you remain anonymous?
No, people I work with know. They're probably watching or something. Some of them.
Oh, is it?
So no.
So
in fact, they push my channel more than I do when we're at work. Yeah. Obviously, we got TVs in the barber shop, and put music on there, and I've been out to go and get lunch and come back in, and they're playing one of my videos on the big screen, and I'm like, I'm embarrassed, like, you know, I'm like, oh man, what's that language? It's not a time or place, man.
Yeah. So, you know, if you're in the shop and somebody asks you about YouTube, how do you? Because I just find it really awkward. You know, if somebody asks me, you know, what do I do for a living? I say, oh well, I've got the vape shop and I make content on YouTube. And obviously, nobody ever asks, oh, so what do you do in a vape shop? Because everybody knows, but they always ask about YouTube, and I just find it really awkward to explain and a bit cringe. How do you kind of explain it if somebody asks?
Yeah, I just, as it is, I just say I debunk idiotic videos and take the piss out of morons that think things like the Earth is flat or vaccines are a problem, or that planes spread chemtrails all over us, And I'm waiting for the day when I actually get a globe-denying idiot in my chair.
Yeah. I had a customer when I still had the sign shop that was a flat earther, and he believed in the mud flood and all that other good stuff. And I just used to lose my patience with him. And in the end, I tried to hold my tongue because he was a paying customer. But in the end, I had to say to him, look, if you're going to keep trying to talk to me about this shit every time you come here, then you may need to find another sign company to go to, because I just said to him, you do realize how stupid this is making you sound. And strangely enough, he never came back after that.
Fair play.
I can't imagine why. And I had been so patient with him for so long, because when he first started talking to me about it, I didn't have the channel or anything. But, once I did then, and I had learned a little bit more about why, I knew it was stupid anyway. But once I learned why it was stupid, my patience levels for listening to him just went down. And he came in one day and he was starting to talk about the mud flood. And I said to him,
oh, Christ.
They're not mud flood windows, though, are they? They're basement windows. Because houses and buildings used to be built with basements, and some still are. No, they never used to build with basements back then. They didn't have the knowledge to do it. And it's like, well, perhaps short people lived there then, so the windows were really low so they could look out. But, I just find that an awkward question to answer, and I don't mind saying to somebody, oh yes, I make YouTube videos, but I need to add on to the end of that question, but please don't ask me what about, just jump on and have a look for you, because I just find it hard to explain.
Yeah, it is hard to explain sometimes, because we don't just do one thing, do we?
Yeah.
We all touch upon different things. I think now with flat Earth, especially, or globe denial, as it should be known. Yeah. I think that the hype in that now is kind of waned, and I think a lot of creators are kind of looking at other things more, and sort of notice that not dying. It'll never die. There'll always be idiots like that.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
But just, a lot of people, certainly, within the community that make videos, and I've spoken to a lot of people, all say, and myself, I'm bored of it, really, now and again, and touching upon how question earlier, how I approach a video. Yeah. Occasionally, I might just be, say, on my phone or something at work, and someone will upload a video, as in an idiotic video, and then I'll watch it while I'm, say, having a cigarette outside, and it will be a peach occasionally, and it'll be like, oh, I've got to save that is my next video. So what I find annoys me about flat earthers, let me slightly rephrase that. Everything about flat earthers annoys me, but what I mean is when I look for a video to make about a flat earther, what annoys me about it is they all just say everything exactly the same. None of that. I've not come across a flat earth video ever that has said something and I've thought, I've not heard that before. I can make a video about this now because it'll be a new thing. I kind of feel like every flat earth video I make, I'm talking about exactly the same thing and trying to make it different from my end, because their end, it's identical across the board. And I think as well, I try to find flat earthers with like tiny channels, so they haven't been sort of corrupted by the likes of Mark Sargent and Nathan Thompson. But I find even with those small channels, like I've got a possible video playlist on YouTube. It's private, only I can see it, but I was looking through it today, funnily enough, in work, and there's a lady on there, and you can tell that she watches Nathan Oakley just by the things she says. And and I've come across other, there's videos on my channel, and I can look at them and say,
this person's a fan of Mark Sargent, this person's a fan of Nathan Thompson, this person's a fan of Nathan Oakley. You can just see it so clearly. And
I totally agree.
Yeah, do you know what I mean? As soon as somebody says, you show me water sticking to the outside of a ball, it's like, oh, mate.
Yeah,
I was Del
water
doing.
Does not conform to the outside of a... Yeah, and it's like, all right, Del.
Yeah, exactly. And that's what I mean. And I think there's a lot of us who are feeling the same way because it can become monotonous. You know, I get comments of people saying, look, no disrespect to you, Creaky, but I'm going to disappear for a while because this is doing my nothing. Because people don't, you know, as much as somebody may like watching Jutmonkthedrunk Monkey, they don't want to see him continuously repeating himself around the same stupid arguments, do they?
Exactly, yeah. And there are people, because, I mean, you get to know a lot of people doing this, you know, people that watch you and leave comments, and then you might get to know them a little bit more, you know, maybe connect on Discord and whatnot. And then sometimes, they'll just vanish, you know, and it's like you won't see them for, you know, I'm just thinking of one person in mind right now. I'm not going to say his name, but, you know, and I'm just sort of, he just gone, and it's like, well, I wonder what happened to him, you know? Just like always watching and commenting on my videos, always in the other chats, even your chat and whatnot, and then, I hadn't seen him for ages. And, you know, you sort of think, has he just hacked off with it, or is he going to come back? Or is he done?
And again, I had a comment on the Welsh people say weird stuff video on Friday, and it was from a guy, and I'd not seen him comment on a video for the longest time, and he watched that one because it was nothing to do with Flat Earth. He said, I just can't stand watching Flat Earthers at the moment, and you know, that's what made me say, you know, he said to me, it's no disrespect to me, he just can't do it at the moment. He's not in the right. I think you need to be fairly mentally strong to be able to tolerate that level of stupidity. Yeah,
I mean, sometimes I feel like that when I'm trying to make videos and look, you know, and it's, you know, the same thing. And, you know, even debunking Eric Dubé's 200 proofs, there was a segment, I forget what numbers they were, but I'm not exaggerating, it was maybe 13 or 14 in a row. This lighthouse was seen from a distance, you know, by a person on a boat at night. You know, it shouldn't be seen, where it's like, well, yeah, but, you know, there are other factors to take into account, you know, like refraction. And it's like, in a row, all these lighthouses, and it's like, what do? You know, and it just kept coming out. I was like, not another lighthouse. And I was just losing the plot. And I think that's probably what tipped me over the edge, why I now just lose the plot every time someone is an idiot.
Yeah, and if they're an idiot who's saying the same as the last idiot you looked at and the idiot before that, I think it makes it even more difficult to stand it.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. I mean, it's tough sometimes just listening to some of these people.
I know.
And you know how it is. Sometimes you might have to sit through quite a long video.
Yeah.
And going back to video lengths as well, you know, if I bring up a video that's like an hour or something, you know, like Phuket Word, I mean, some of his videos he'll put out, it'll be like, he'll put a video out, I'll look at it. Although I haven't seen him for a while, Phuket Word, to be fair. But he, you know, put a video out and then you'll get it up and it's 1 hour and 20 minutes. And I'm like, I won't even look at that. I can't.
No, same as me. Like I say, I get people sending me videos now. I'm very lucky, almost daily.
I get that.
Well, in fact, it is daily. But if I'll click on it and I'll have a look, and if that timestamp says more than 20 minutes, I never even open the video unless they say to me, watch from minute 40 to minute 53, then I'll have a look at it. But I just don't want to be. Do you want to watch a 2-hour Flat Earth video? Because I certainly don't. As much as I want to make content, I don't want to put myself through that.
No,
all in the name of entertainment.
No, that's it. The only 2-hour video I've ever watched is 200 Proofs, The Earth is Not a Wobbling Spinning Ball by Eric Dubé.
I've never made a video about Eric Dubé. His voice bothers me. As soon as he opens his mouth, I want to punch him in the throat.
As soon as he opens his mouth, I want to punch myself in the throat.
Yeah, I just
burn
can't.
My ears off.
I just can't stick his voice. And I feel exactly the same way about Nathan Oakley, which is why, apart from one of my very, very early videos, I've never made a video about him either, because all his videos are live streams because he's far too lazy to make an actual video. And I'm not going to sit through one of his 4-hour live streams just to pick out maybe 5 minutes of content. Same.
And I tell you what, that's why, like, sometimes I take my hat off to people like Conspiracy Cats. Who does?
Oh,
like,
God, I know.
You know, he's pulling stuff out of live streams, and I'm thinking, oh, I can fucking go through all that, man.
Yeah, no, I want to entertain people. I want to have fun myself, but I'm not going to subject myself to a 2 or 3 hour live stream. Absolutely no way at all. No way at all. Kiri Mac just asks, have I seen any of Eric Dubé's raps? Oh, please, no.
Oh, goodness me. Yeah, we did one on one of the Shills, Silly Shills show. We actually debunked his rap. But, I mean, I couldn't say much about it because it was grating on my ears that much that I actually went outside and just scraped my ears off.
Yeah.
It was awful.
Yeah, some of them I just can't deal with. But I know that some of the flat earthers feel that way about me, and I know in particular that it really bothers Nathan Thompson the way I always call him Nathan Thompson. I don't just call him Nathan, so I forget who told me.
He's bothered by you using his full name, you mean?
Yeah, because I will. So say for example, now I was chatting away to you, and I may call you Jut. Yeah. Because that would be the friendly thing to do. But if I thought you were a complete knobhead, I would, on purpose and with great pronunciation, make extra effort to call you Jut the Drunk Monkey in as sarcastic a way as I possibly can. And since somebody told me that Nathan is bothered by the way I speak, particularly when I say his name, now, every time I make a video about him, I'm very careful to pronounce his entire name as clearly as I can.
Yeah, and, excuse me, I know exactly what he's talking about because, like, obviously that sarcasm in your voice, I pick up on it straight away. Yeah. So I know that you're Nathan Thompson. I know straight away you're being sarcastic. Yeah, so good on him for picking up, you know, the fact that you're being sarcastic. Because let's face it, he's a knobhead.
Yeah, exactly. The thing is, that it's funny, and I've said this before as well. When I started doing this, I was a little bit concerned that the American audience wouldn't get me. Yeah. And they don't always get the sarcasm. Like, for example, I said something in a video a long time ago about Mother Teresa. Now, I'm fully aware of the Mother Teresa situation, but the way I said it, I made her out to be this wonderful human being, you know, but I was being sarcastic, you know, in the same way as if I had said Hitler was a wonderful human being. He clearly isn't. But
no. Great painter, though.
Yeah. Nobody in the UK had a problem with understanding the sarcasm, but the number of comments I got from our friends across the pond, because I don't think Americans always understand sarcasm from a British person.
Oh, definitely. Yeah, absolutely. It's a different, completely different sort of... we could be so dry. We could just say something that, you know, to someone who, as you say, doesn't understand the British dry sense of humour and sarcasm and the undertone that's there. Yeah. You know, because we can say, as you said, something as simple as someone's name. You know what I mean? And and of course, and not just Americans, but even maybe people from Germany or Holland or, you know, that also don't get that as well. So yeah. It's like a geographical thing. Do you know somebody sent me a comment before, and this comment bothered me more than any comment I've ever had of a flat earther. It's worse than any comment I've ever had. Somebody said to me that I speak fairly good English. And it's like, wow, I can't speak any other language. How dare you imply that I'm struggling along with English? With my own mother tongue.
I can't speak any other language. you know, a bit of Klingon maybe, but I can't even speak Welsh.
Men, du förstår ingenting vad jag säger. No, fy fan också.
Oh no.
Jag talar lite dansk också.
You're clearly a Star Trek fan then.
No, that was Norwegian, Swedish, and Danish.
Oh, is it? I wouldn't know anyway because I absolutely hate Star Trek.
Yeah, you know, I'm not a Trekkie.
No, Star Wars. I'm Star Wars all day long.
Neither really. Yeah, I never really. Don't think I've even seen a whole Star Wars film. To be honest. You?
Oh, I'm practically a Jedi. I'm practically a Jedi Knight. I love Star Wars. I love Star Wars. Anyway, has anybody in the side chat got any questions for a monkey? Somebody's just said he's unsubbed. Axeman 3D he's clearly a Trek. He's clearly a Star Trek fan. Then
he unsubbed you.
yeah. I just don't like Star Trek. Yeah, Chris Shapley, Star Wars all the way. Absolutely spot on, mate. Absolutely spot on. I did consider watching the new Amazon series with the new Star Trek Picard, is it? But I came to my senses and I didn't bother. And I just watched The Mandalorian instead on a slightly dubious website.
Well, Tim Cow's just commented wank spanner. So, yeah, man,
like
get in there.
I like that. That's
that's
a very usable combination of two rather nice words. I'll have to keep that in mind.
You've not seen me use that. I think that's really my word. Actually,
is it? I won't steal it then. I won't steal it. People don't understand how spanners can be. How I can call somebody a spanner in a negative way. It's a Welshism.
Yeah, but I mean, we say spanner, but then you know, I'm just Danny M4.
Yeah, well, maybe it's a British thing and not just a Welsh thing. I'm glad I haven't got hair because my head is sweating like a fat bird at a barbecue.
A barbecue? Barbecue?
Yeah. Right. Yeah. Barbecue. I was watching, this is the most random Creakycast I've done so far, but you keep reminding me of things and I like talking, so I'm going to talk. I watched a video today, that guy I was on about earlier, the Buttsman, and he was talking about vegans, and he was showing a news clip. In Australia, was it Australia or America? I can't remember. It was somewhere that isn't in the UK.
Both of those are not in the UK,
yeah,
so well done.
Yeah, I thank you for confirming that.
That's all right, pal.
There was a vegan who took her neighbours to the Supreme Court to sue them because they barbecued frequently and the smell of meat being cooked was deeply offensive.
How good? The smell of meat? How the fuck is that deeply offensive? Sorry.
Because vegan.
The smell of meat is awesome, whether you're vegan or not. My ex was a vegetarian, not a vegan, but even she said bacon made her feel hungry. And but she wouldn't touch it.
No. Like I said, my daughter-in-law's sister's a vegan. It's fine. She's a vegan. If she's out at a family event and she will just look for the vegan options and she doesn't make a big deal out of it. She doesn't fuss over it.
Which is sound.
But it's the vegans that stand in the supermarket. This video I watched today, there was another news clip where a group of vegans went into a supermarket in Australia and held a funeral with a full-size black coffin for a frozen chicken.
Oh, do you know what I'd have done? Fucking cooked it and eaten it.
Yeah, it's insane, and that's what bothers me about that side of because it doesn't matter what you believe. There's always going to be the extremist version of that, isn't there?
Absolutely.
Do you know what I mean?
Absolutely.
And there's another couple he's talked about then where they're being taken to court because their 2-year-old daughter, I believe, they enforced veganism on her since birth. So how the hell they fed her, I've got no idea. She must have breastfed her, clearly, because does ladies' milk Is breast milk vegan? I don't know.
I don't know, mate, because milk isn't, is it? So,
yeah, exactly. So is breast milk vegan?
No, can they drink milk? I mean, it's just milk. Can they not drink milk?
No, vegans can't. No dairy products, nothing. And what really bothers me is when a vegan
says... It's not like an animal's died, though, is it? Just to fucking, like, you know, give you a glass of milk.
You, Mr. Monkey, you know nothing about extreme vegans, I can see. Didn't you know that drinking milk is rape?
Rape? Well,
yeah.
Dear, oh dear.
It's sexual abuse of cows.
I'm a monkey man, you know?
Well, you know, honestly,
I'm not a monkey man. I'm a monkey. You're the man.
Yeah, some of the stuff this guy was saying is absolutely bizarre. I'll have to link you to the videos because they're very funny. Because he hates vegans with a passion and cyclists. It's hysterical, absolutely hysterical. Or maybe I just got a cyclists and vegans, and if you're a vegan cyclist, then you're screwed.
Well, yeah, totally screwed. Yeah. I got asked if I drank milk by Keith Newton. Yes, I drink milk when I'm not drinking alcohol. Which is so I don't drink milk very often. Probably once in a blue moon. Yeah.
Kiri Mack has just said she's met vegans who won't eat honey, and that's right. That's something else that gets mentioned on this guy's channel. Yeah, bees, isn't it?
Yeah, I know, but come on. I'd eat the pissing bee.
It's bee abuse.
Oh, well, what about the poor vegetables you're yanking out the ground?
Yeah, exactly.
I've now heard that apparently plants scream. Have you heard that?
Yeah, I've heard that. Yeah. Somebody just said Buck Warp Zone. That's a pretty cool name. What does SOJA spell? Is that that's not how you spell soya, is it?
SOJA.
Soja is better than milk. What is soja?
Soya. Oh, he means soya, doesn't he?
I was hoping it was a typo. Is it though? Because
no, it isn't though.
No, it's not for men anyway, or men monkeys. Because I definitely don't want to grow boobs. Although they might be handy while we're on lockdown, because I'd never leave the house, but. There's something that's where the phrase soy boy came from, isn't it? Because if you overdo it on the old soya milk, it turns you into not turns you into something. It increases
turns you into the Hulk.
Yeah, no, it increases the bloody hell estrogen, and men don't need excessive estrogen.
No, ideally not, unless of course they want to change that.
Yeah, and if they do, that's fine. Go for it. But
absolutely,
soya milk curdles in hot coffee. S2000 GT, soy boy.
Hey, oi, S2000 GT. Long time no see.
He's
been following me for years.
Yeah, he's always
years. I mean, like since 1974. Before I was born, he was following me.
He's got more sock accounts than I've got socks in my bedside cabinet.
He's a Welshie as well, isn't he?
Yeah, well, kind of. He's from Cardiff, so, you know.
Doesn't that count?
No, Cardiff's not proper Wales. Just because it's the capital of Wales, it's one of the less desirable parts of Wales, but they have got a very nice shopping centre.
Shopping centres, rock and roll. But we can't go in this summer.
I just like living on the edge, mate. What can I say? You know, I'm. Apparently, soja is Danish for soya, and it's probably not pronounced soja, is it? Somebody just corrected me in the.
Soja, Picard character, Irish Dublin.
No, not me. I'm starting to lose concentration now. I'm going to overheat now. I'm going to have to get my hair cut or something. No, it's not you, fuck, mate.
Your hair's grown that quick, is it?
Yeah, it's not you making me hot, mate. You're nice, but you're not that nice.
Do you know what? I mean, I'm nice. You know, I try and be nice. I mean, it's just been tough for me to not swear. I mean, do you realise I am actually a monkey? People don't believe it, but I am actually a fucking drunk monkey.
Yeah.
And don't think just because it's your show and you're not a globe-denying, backward-thinking nasal bubble doesn't mean that you won't get fucking burnt by me because you're in the presence of the monkey. All right?
I know it's getting hot then, because my glasses are starting to steam up. This isn't good. Right, let me give him a wipe. Talk amongst yourselves while I clean my glasses because I can't see anything.
Together, Creaky.
I know.
This is happening, bro. Yeah, you're talking to an absolute drunk monkey.
Right, I'm back.
How's it feel?
I can see it. It feels strangely familiar. Sean Sholly Underwood. I think, Sean, were you the person who sent me the link to the Buttsman's channel? Because he also hates feminists with more underarm hair than most men. Yes, he does. He hates a lot of people, but I still find him very funny. And I dare say a lot of people would find him very offensive, but nobody's got to watch him. Right, who's got some questions for the monkey? Come on, people.
Yeah, man.
Question him.
Spit it out, people.
Yeah, come on.
You're just chatting shit in the fucking chat. Let's get some proper,
They're all talking to
me that you would possibly think I wouldn't even want to answer.
Yeah, they're all talking to each other. They're completely ignoring us.
Yeah, I know. They're like, this is bullshit, man.
I know.
How's it going, Kiri? You all right? Yeah, sound, man.
Yeah, there's loads of conversations going on in the side chat.
Oh, nice to see you, man. Yeah, I don't know what's going on.
First question then. Why do monkeys throw shit?
Fucking why not, pal? It's funny as fuck. I tell you what, when you throw shit and you hit someone in the mouth, you want to see the look on their face.
Yeah. Oh, dear me. Oh, right. I saw another one then. Oh no, that was Streamlabs saying follow me on Twitter. Yeah, who follows me on Twitter and Instagram? And I don't really use Facebook. The Facebook. I'm at that age now where I have to add a the in front of most social medias. So it's the YouTube, the Facebook, the Instagram, the Twitter. I'm available on all those platforms. Give me a follow. Somebody pointed out as well, I'm not actually the Creaky Blinder on Facebook, on YouTube. No, hang on. On Twitter, I'm TH Creaky Blinder. I never noticed I'd missed the E. And when I went to try and correct it, there must be a limit to the number of characters you could have in your name because I'm TH Creaky Blinder and nobody ever noticed, including myself. Cool story, bro. Tell me another. Right.
Well, I was looking at these questions here. I've got, what's the monkey's favourite drink? Fucking alcohol, you moron.
I was going to say anything.
Yeah. So this is alcohol. I love it.
Jacob is asking, monkey, would you like to be a Welshman?
Well, I wouldn't like to be a man, period.
Yeah. Kiri Mac is asking if you're still working on your collab channel with the Nevermore Tavern.
Yes, I am still working on it, but it has kind of not had much work put into it lately. But yeah, I do plan to carry on.
It's ground to a halt then.
Yeah. I mean, it's one of those where you just take on more and more, and you think, hang on a minute, what am I doing?
Yeah. That's the thing. Let me just say something as well, in the hopes that the right sort of people will see this live stream. I'm getting a lot of people asking me, can I do a bit for their video? Can I come on and be on their live stream and this, that, and the other? And when I say no, I'm not saying no because I'm a knobhead. Even though I am a knobhead, it's just it's time for me because I actually work 7 days a week, so it's about time for me. I work full time Monday to Friday on my channel, and then I work in the vape shop all day Saturday and all day Sunday. So it's not that I don't want to do it when I'm asked; it's that I'm trying to work on organizing my time a little more appropriately so that I can sometimes say yes when people ask me. And so if anybody sees this, I'm not saying no just because I think I'm too good to be in your video or it's nothing like that. It's just time for me because I'm so disorganized.
Yeah, I mean, it's tough, I think, as well. I mean, I don't have a schedule. You have a schedule, and quite a lot of guys have schedules. Not all of us, so there are people like me that don't. I don't. The only schedule I ever had was when I'd done the Eric Dubé's 200 Proofs.
Yeah.
I upload. The series was called Your 5 a Day Debunking Dubé, basically, or something like that. So I did one every day. But after that, it's like sometimes I can do more, sometimes I can't. It's just, life can be busier.
Yeah,
exactly. You just have to fucking deal with that.
Yeah, exactly. It's getting more and more difficult. Flat Earth British, the real Flat Earth British, Martin from Cardiff. Is that you? Is the drunk monkey a teenager by any chance? He wishes he was. If he's anything like me.
Yeah. No, I'm not.
Yeah.
Radical asked me if I stole his banana. No, fucking Radical. You gave it to me. It's just that you was too pissed up on the fucking vodka I gave you the other day, pal.
Yeah.
So I didn't steal your vodka. You keep banging on about this bloody banana. Pack it in.
So I'm really curious now. Is that the actual Flat Earth British? Martin Liplicker or whatever his name is?
Oh, don't even know who the Flat Earth British is, pal. I've never heard of him.
He's a flat earther from Cardiff, and I've never made a video about him because he goes on and on and on for hours. Still talks complete shit like every other flat earth moron. Can I request maybe a 10-15 minute video, Martin, so I can rip the piss out of you? Because I've never made a video about a fellow Welshman, and I would really enjoy it.
So his name's Flat Earth British.
Yeah.
And you're telling me he's a flat earther?
He is.
With a name like Flat Earth British.
I know.
Well done, pal.
I'm not sure why he isn't Flat Earth.
You're smart,
Flat Earth Wales.
Pal. I didn't know you was this quick. Honestly, I had no idea that you were this fucking quick. Like, wow, man.
It's bizarre.
Yeah.
It's not him, it's fake. Turquoise
gutted.
Laura has just shattered my illusion. There's no videos on his channel and only one subscriber. I am gutted.
Yeah,
absolutely
you're probably just
gutted.
As well, mate. I'd have demonetized this video had he been real.
Yeah, never mind.
I don't go well with idiots. I really don't suffer fools gladly.
Jose Reyes just said Nathan Thompson just got his high IQ test results back. It came back negative.
That's awesome. I like that. That's brilliant.
Alive. I'm actually disappointed now that it's not him. We rarely get flat earthers in here. See, I don't think any of them are keen on me. It was S2000 GT. See, I told you he had loads of sock accounts, didn't I?
Yay! He said no. It's me.
Every time he says no, it isn't me, you can be fairly sure it is him. Because he's mysteriously never here when they arrive. Do you know the only...
That's a question.
Oh, is it? Sorry. Jut the Drunk Monkey, isn't that Martin Liplicker or whatever his name is? How would you say that?
You say that.
He's got a T and a K where there don't need to be any.
Lidka. I don't know.
Martin.
Idiot.
Flat Earth British, that'll have to do. It's less of a mouthful than his surname, that's for sure. That's for sure. Yes, S2000, you can say no as much as you want. It was you. Yeah, I'd love to make a video about Flat Earth British, but his videos are super duper long. Some of them are 5 hours.
Oh, yeah.
Can you imagine that? I'd be rocking back and forth in an armchair like Arthur Fowler when he went insane.
Yeah, absolutely. How on earth can you make a 5-hour video?
I know. What the hell does he find to talk about for 5 hours? It's a challenge to keep... It's different when I'm talking to somebody, but when I'm doing this on my own, it's difficult to talk for 2 hours. What the hell is he talking about for 5 hours?
Yeah, absolutely. And I do admire these people that do start, do these live streams and do sit there and talk. Almost like a radio DJ or whatever. And I'm like, fair play,
Yeah.
And we'll do a live stream and be interesting and engage, and be good, and you actually want to listen to him. Yeah. That is tough.
What I find, I know, when I'm on my own, it's the side chat that fuels the content, if you like. Interacting. The Google moderator team is back, Jut. Creaky Blinder, I can confirm that Flat Earth British isn't S2000 GT, but they are both twants. The Google moderator team is making me feel like a very important channel because they mysteriously seem to appear every time I'm live.
So this is the Google? Oh yeah, so
the Google moderator team.
I've never even seen Google moderator team.
Yeah. It sounds very official and very important.
Absolutely. I mean, especially with that. Is that a thumbnail or is that just when you just start something up?
Yeah, it's just when you start something up. Yeah, Google are far too important to need an avatar. Absolutely. Mr. Jones, 1972, good year. Ask Jutmonk, if the world ran out of alcohol and he had a choice of either breast milk or soya milk, which would he choose? Breast. There we are, I've answered for you.
Milk, pal, come on. I'd still go to me mum now.
Right. Luke Boy the Larry Lion. Hello, Creaky Blinder. It's Lukey Boy the Lady Lion or Luke Boy the Larry Lion.
That is actually Lukey Boy the Larry Lion, and he's a friend of mine who sat downstairs. Right. And I just literally got him up and running.
What is Jutmonk's new mini-series about?
Oh, he's asked me that. All right, yeah. Well, it will be up. I was working on that when you tracked me down, actually. Oh, right. So pretty much after we finish, I'd say within half an hour after that, I will be uploading a new mini-series. It's just called Dumbass Questions. So what I look at is idiots that, say shit, and then I ask them a dumbass question, which they won't be able to answer unless they lie. And then if they answer it correctly, obviously... then they would disprove themselves. So dumbass questions. Where it's going to go, I don't know. But my first one is about this lager lurgy. That's what's going to be up after this show. So
I'd love to be making more videos about it because it's obviously a trending topic. But YouTube are being a bit mean and not letting you say it. And the one I did that got demonetized is entirely my fault because I put the name of the disease in the title, which was a pretty stupid thing to do, but I couldn't think of another way to make people find it.
But you know what? I'm gonna put lager lurgy actually in the title, and those people here that might want to watch it, or they might not, whatever. I don't give a fuck either way. I'll still make the video. Yeah,
exactly.
And that's what it'll be, lager lurgy.
Yeah, lager lurgy. And just to clear it up, I don't want anybody being under the misconception that I am imaginative enough to have made that up myself. I didn't. I saw Will, not Will I Am. Who's the other Will? Will Any say it in one of his videos. He called it the lager lurgy so that he wouldn't get demonetized. So I did not invent the lager lurgy. Mr. Jones said he prefers the Kung.
I wish you did.
I wish I did. He prefers the Kung flu. So that might be slightly Chinesist, Mr. Jones. But there we are. What can I say?
Yeah, I mean, I would much rather have the flu than this lager lurgy, for sure. Looking at the stats, yeah, definitely.
Yeah, because the standard flu doesn't have the capability to see most people off, does it? Unless, of course, it's man flu. All this attention that the lager lurgy's getting, not one single person has addressed the man flu, which is much worse anyway. Now, if there was a man flu pandemic, I would have given up already. These women don't know how easy they've got it. Giving birth. Try having man flu.
Well, you see, like man flu for me, I mean, that term, I hate it. And I think it's like, women use that term to make men look weak. I mean, I'm not a man. I'm a fucking monkey. But, certainly see, because I will drag my ass to work no matter how sick I am.
Yeah, same as me.
I certainly don't suffer from man flu.
No, days off are for amateurs.
Absolutely, man. Absolutely.
Unemployed people, because self-employed people do not take days off. Days off equals no possibility of earning any money. So days off.
You got to drag my ass to work.
Because I said something to somebody. I had seen it online, and somebody was moaning that this working 37 and a half hours a week. And I very sarcastically said, oh, yeah, I can remember my first part-time job as well when I was a teenager. They didn't think it was as funny as me. But, no. Can you imagine that? 37 and a half hours. I dream of the day. But there we are. There we are. Such is life. Right, does anybody else have anything to ask a talking monkey before I start sliding down my chair because I'm sweating so badly? Because if they don't, we are going to call this episode of Creakycast done and let the monkey get back to making monkey content.
Yeah, man. This monkey's got something to do. Spit your questions out. Stop being a bunch of plums.
Yeah, speak now or forever hold your peace. Oh dear me. Anyway, right. Have I addressed all my actual questions? Pretty much. So what have you got coming up there? Just this new series. That's kind of what you're working on, and obviously the shows as well.
Yeah, I got that, and I'm actually, funnily enough, talking about Eric Dubé, I am actually going to do it again. Only this time it's going to be shown on the Shills channel, or now we changed the name to the iNetwork. But I am also going to invite other creators to do guest episodes. So yeah, that'll be a lot of fun. I've already got a few of them in the bag. I just want to build it up so I can do a schedule and keep to it. So I'm trying to get a few in the bag. I want to contact a few people. So any creators watching that do what we do, contact me if you'd like to debunk any of 5. It'll be a 5, or you don't even have to do a whole episode. You could just come in and debunk 1 or 2 proofs, so-called proofs, and do one. So-called proofs. I'm so glad you added that in. Trippycast is asking if you know IR Baboon. Oh yeah, really well. Yeah.
You work with him, don't you?
Yeah, well, exactly. Yeah. We don't hang out so much now since he started smoking a bong. I was like, I don't go down that road, mate. I'd just rather have a beer. So sort of different circles now.
Yeah. And Global Mum is asking about IR Weasel.
Just tell Global Mum if I just want a hug, a nice Global Mum hug.
You can tell her yourself. She's in the side chat. She can probably hear you.
Oh, she knows I love her anyway. She knows I love her, and she does. Honestly, go and get a hug off Global Mum. Banging. Makes you feel all 3 years old again.
Jacob Chalupnik says a sweating head is a sign of vitamin D deficiency, by the way. No, it's a sign of I'm in a tiny room with blackout curtains, no open windows, and my PC is running 19 to the dozens. That's what it's a sign of.
He's talking to an unpredictable drunk monkey that could fucking burn him at any time and make him look like a fool.
Exactly. Every time he swears, I sweat more. But anyway, thank you very much indeed. It's been interesting having my first monkey guest.
Thank you very much.
It's been good fun, mate, and I hope you've enjoyed it as much as I have, and I hope everybody watching has enjoyed it. And new subscriber Tidy, and I hope that when it gets uploaded to Spotify tomorrow, everyone will enjoy listening to it as well, because I keep forgetting to address the fact that it's on Spotify as well, because it is. So if you don't want to watch it, you can just listen to it while you're milking a cow or clipping a tiger's toenails or whatever it is you do for a living.
Choking a chicken before you eat it, I don't know.
Choking it. Careful now. The militant vegans will be after you. But right, we are done, mate. Thank you very much indeed. Thank you to everyone who's watching, and I'm now going to kill the stream because I'm sweating like a sweaty person. Bye!